All right. Thanks, Louis, for the intro. Thanks for being here. Um, let's uh, let's start with the with the question I always keep asking people these days. Is this been the most bizarre year of your career?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I've not played hockey as much at all since I started playing. Since I picked up a stick at like 7 or 8 years old, it's been the longest period of time where I actually haven't been on the pitch in terms of week to week basis. Luckily, we've been able to train on the weekends and do some competitive team games, but in terms of training during the week, it's been very minimal.
Yeah, but you just mentioned it, so I guess you're extremely happy that you can train for Wales, that you have that part. I think you just came back from Cardiff training camp, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've been lucky enough to train over lockdown. Obviously, class as the elite sport. So there's a few of us based in different areas. So we've had regional groups. So the Welsh boys who live in Wales, they in Cardiff, they've been training there, and some of the boys that live in London, mainly because of Premier League clubs, have been training at a pitch close by as well. And then we've been coming together to do proper training camps as well.
Okay. Let's let's look a bit forward to the European Cup. Second year in a row. It's I think you're in a very difficult group. Um, what are your ambitions at the Euro?
Yeah, well, obviously, number one priority is probably staying in the top division. Um, the last Europeans was our first time there, and it was a great experience. And how it ended up us having to beat Ireland by at least two goals, and we ended up doing that. Allowed us to stay in the top division, and we loved the experience. And I think we showed what we're capable of. Um, we didn't get the results that we really wanted in the last Europeans, but I think how we played showed what we can do as a squad, and I'm just looking forward to just going out there and as a team and just putting on another performance and hopefully staying in the top division.
Yeah, you already mentioned it. If we look back at 2019, you guys drew against England. You won pretty convincing against Ireland. Um, Overall, it was a good experience, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think where we want to get to and make that next step, we're going to have to keep competing against the sides in the top division, and especially the European tournament. If you look at all the continental cups around the world, I think the Europeans is definitely the strongest one, and it's great that they're in the mixer with the strongest teams.
hmm hmm If we look at the favorites for European gold, it's been, like we said, a strange year with a very strange preparation for all of them. Is it harder for you to to make predictions on who might be the biggest favorites for the tournament?
I think everyone could probably agree that Belgium are looking really strong at the moment, and they have done for the last few years. They've kept a good group of players together for a number of years now, which is obviously helping them. I do think everyone's been playing pro league, quite a lot of them, so we're going to have a bit of catching up to do in terms of getting up to speed, which we're planning on doing over the next few weeks, and trying to get up to speed and trying to get some games under our belt because I know all the other nations have pretty much been playing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it'll be what it's been like in the past. Belgium, Germany, Holland, who are going to be probably probably up there, looking to probably take gold.
Yeah. You mentioned before how important it is for Wales to keep competing with those top teams in the highest stage of hockey. Um, Looking at the other side of playing the second group, a second tier, um, you've been you've been playing a lot of different nations in the last years, right? Is that something that you appreciate it, you learned a lot from?
Yeah, definitely. It's a very different tournament, the second division compared to the top. There's a lot of different structures in terms of teams and how they play. And I think it's the top tier is much more our gameplay. We want to go out and play, and we want to actually show what we can do. There's some teams, maybe in the B division, which are a little bit more defensive, which means you have to be a bit more patient with the ball and break those teams down. But the top teams, they do want to just play, which is what we love to do as well. We want to go out and showcase what we can do on the pitch, which is what we really enjoyed about last year and being in the top division.
Okay, yeah, that links up to the question Holly Webb prepared for you. So I asked her if she would like to ask you a question, and she would like to know where the most favorite place is that you played hockey worldwide.
I have to say it's probably Australia. I did love Belgium at the last Euros, but we're lucky enough to go to the Commonwealth Games, and we went to the Commonwealth Games in 2018 and played in Australia in the Gold Coast, which is a fantastic experience. Not just for the weather, but the people there, and the event itself, being a multi-sport event, meeting different athletes was fantastic.
Yeah, I can imagine. Maybe to end off with about the European Cup. Not sure you actually answered in a definite way the ambition for the European Cup. You mentioned doing better than last year. I think you had a very good result last year. So what does that mean, doing better than last year? I mean, last edition in 2019.
Well, obviously the rankings have come out. The World Cup qualification rankings have come out as well, and in terms of becoming, if you're top 5, you get to go to the World Cup. So that is we see that as being a realistic goal for us. Okay. So if we can get in that top 5 and qualify for a World Cup, it'll mean the world to us as a group.
Okay, all right. Before ending up with the quick questions at the end, I would like to ask you the same question I asked Holly. Is there any particular team captain you would like to ask a question to?
Yeah, let's go for the Spanish captain, men's captain.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the same question, where because they might have had different experiences to me. Mm-hmm. So, where's the favorite place they've played in the world?
Cool. I'll make sure Mickey Dallas gets that question. All right. So we'll end up this interview with five questions where you get 2 seconds to answer. So don't overthink it. And you can answer with yeah. Usually it's always possible to answer with one word, and that's the purpose.
Okay.
Is that? Are you ready for it, Louis?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Biggest hockey rivalry for Team Wales?
England.
What makes the most difference at a major senior tournament? Tactics or talent?
Tactics.
Biggest achievement so far?
European A division. Staying in.
You get a free transfer. You can pick a player from England to strengthen your team for the European Cup. Who would that be?
Brendan Creed.
Who's the most funny teammate?
Rupert Shipley.
All right. Thanks a lot, Louis, for this interview.
Thanks very much.